Welcome, Kate and Jane. Thank you for agreeing to mediate with me. So before we begin, I want you all to sign this agreement to mediate. If you could look through all the different bullet points. Does anyone want to sign first?
I'll go first.
So feel free to initial and read through the agreement. Thank you. If you could do the same as well, just right next to her initials.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
I think it's pretty clear.
Okay.
Can I actually see it one more time?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions about that before I begin? Okay. So again, my name is Haley. Thank you for mediating with me. I think it takes a lot of value for the relationship and courage to be able to sit down together and to work something out. Kind of how this will go is we'll have some time for each of you to have uninterrupted time to just tell your side of the story. I will listen, take some notes down about some of the present values and issues that you all would like to address. And then we'll work on addressing the different issues that are present and coming up with solutions and that you both will agree on. And just to let you all know that the purpose of this is to be able to discuss the present issues at hand and also to make sure this is a confidential space. And this is a non-binding agreement. I am the role of myself as a mediator is that I'm not a lawyer or a therapist. I'm here just to be a neutral party to assess what are the values and how do you all move forward from here. Yeah, does anyone have any questions? No? Cool. Great, so and then before we begin, let's just address some ground rules. And you all can also bring up some of you if you would like as well. Yeah, let's start off with that. So do you all have any ground rules to kind of have this conversation? No?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. So we just be conscious of using I statements and not yelling and just really trying to hold on to the solution that we're trying to get towards, and also the agreement that you all signed. Just keep in mind of that as we proceed forward. So, who would like to start first in telling their side of the story?
Well, I suppose since I kind of started this process, I can begin. So Kate and I decided to room together after getting to know each other a little bit, our freshman year together. And it was fine for a while, but I feel like recently Kate has been very passive-aggressive in her relationship, and hasn't really respected my property or the fact that I'm really busy and just don't have time for a lot of things. I've heard her talking poorly about my boyfriend to other people behind my back, and just not, I don't feel like she's really addressing issues that she has with me directly. I think, I don't know if she's jealous or what's going on, but I feel like she's been trying to attack me as a person, and just leaving notes. She left me a note the other day saying responsibility means paying the bills on time, which I feel like she should have just talked to me about. So I have a lot of things going on. I have work and 18 credits, and yeah.
Well, I left her the note because she isn't ever around, and I'm just really frustrated because I didn't even want to live in an apartment. I wanted to live on campus, and Jane told me how fun it would be and that we could always hang out and that we would just always have time, and then she's never here, and she started dating this new boy who I don't even really know, and she's always at his house, and she's never around, and she always just says that she's at work, but she didn't pay the bill on time, and the bills are all in my name, even though I didn't want to live in this apartment. And so now I'm going to get late fees, and I'm going to have all of the charges put against me, and it's going to look really bad on my credit. And she's the one that always says that she's so busy because she's working, but I work too, and I have classes too, and I managed to get all of my stuff in on time. And she's just never around to do anything. She never does any chores. I looked after the apartment. And the only thing that I did wrong was that since she's never here and I'm always the one cleaning everything and doing all of the chores and paying all of the bills, my friend came over and I didn't want him to drive home because he was a little tipsy and I was trying to be a responsible friend, and so I loaned her bed to my friend so that he wouldn't have to drive drunk and hurt himself or others, which I don't feel like is a problem. And so she's just being really... I'm just going to stop there.
Okay. Well, thank you for not interrupting each other and letting each other say what you wanted to say. Is there anything that you all would like to add to the story as we continue?
I'd like to say, I feel like Kate should have taken the time to at least ask me if she could use my bed. It's true that often I'm busy and may not come home, but that doesn't mean I'm never around. And I really feel like she expects me to be there either all the time or she thinks that we can't be friends. And I can't give her all of my time. That's just too much to be asking of me. But the least she could have done was just see if she could use my bed, or she could have slept in it, because I know her. I don't want strangers sleeping in my room. I don't know her friends. So, yeah.
It sounds like you really value like open communication and having someone check in with you.
Yeah.
Like before doing something. Okay. Kate, is there anything that you want to add to the story?
I just feel like it has nothing to do with communication because she's never there and she's never around, and whenever I ask her to do anything, she hasn't done it, and she knew the bill was on time, and I've told her that now it's late, and she doesn't really seem to care about it, and what's the point of open communication if she doesn't care about my feelings, and all she cares about is her boyfriend, and she definitely cares more about him than any of our friendship or relationship or our apartment, and so I feel like, why should I communicate with her on things when she's never around and won't answer and doesn't care about my side of the relationship?
So, it sounds like that you really value the relationship, and that Jane not being around to be able to hang out has impacted your perception of the relationship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just to summarize some of the present issues that I heard from you all. So Kate, you mentioned that you initially wanted to live on campus and then decided to live off campus with Jane. And also your concern is like having a friend to hang out with, since you all like talked about that before you all moved in together.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seems like an issue is that Kate, you didn't pay the bill on time, and so, sorry, Jane, you didn't pay the bill on time.
Did it stop?
It should be fine, yeah. Sorry, Jane, you didn't pay the bill on time, right? Is that right? Okay. And so, Kate, it seems like you have to deal with some late fees, maybe some impact on your credit, and then also you feel like you do a lot of the chores, pay the bills. And then Jane, what I heard from you is that you don't have a lot of time for a lot of things, that you're really busy, that you're balancing, having a boyfriend and also maintaining a friendship as well, and that you've heard some hurtful things about your boyfriend from Kate that has been hurtful, and then also seeing the note and Kate not letting you know that she was having someone sleep in your bed. So
Can I add
yeah,
something?
absolutely, yeah.
I don't. Kate said that she values our relationship, but I don't feel like that can, or she doesn't act like that's true, because if she really valued our relationship, she would at least try and value my boyfriend, because he's also an important part of my life. And she's treated him really rudely, so for her to say I'm not around a lot, and then when I am around with someone that I care about, treat him rudely, that doesn't seem fair. How can I want to be in my own home if I can't even bring guests over without them being attacked or criticized?
I mean, it sounds like for you that it's really important for a friend to also support someone that you're dating, to show that care.
Definitely.
And to have the space to bring some friends home over, so it feels like a safe space to bring other people over. Yeah. Do you have anything?
I don't feel like I've ever disrespected her boyfriend. She really thinks I'm jealous of him, and I'm not. I'm mad at her because I feel like because of him she's never around, but I also know that she's really busy, and so I've tried to be respectful to him when he's around. I really don't think it's about her boyfriend, and I think she's trying to make it about her boyfriend. I think because her boyfriend's around, maybe she makes more bad decisions, or she forgets things because she's always at his house or doing something with him, but it has nothing to do with him or his character. It's the fact that ever since she started dating him, the bills are late, and she's never around, and she's not doing her chores, and she's not doing the shopping, and so I just feel like ever since she's dated him, she's just stopped respecting our relationship, and so it's not been intended to be disrespecting him, but there might be some frustration building over because I just feel like ever since he came into the picture, she's just not done any of her responsibilities and went goo goo gaga eyes all over him.
So like for you, in terms of like having a relationship with someone, that someone shows that care through spending time and also showing different ways, as in like pulling their own weight in the household and doing chores and paying bills, as showing that value for the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it sounds like that you both really value the relationship that you have with each other.
Well, I did.
We were really close.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Lately, not so much.
Yeah. You want to tell me more about that?
Well, we used to like do everything together, and we used to go shopping, and we would do the chores together, so it'd be more fun. And I just feel like we used to be really close, and we used to cook together, and we would do basically everything together, but now every time I wake up, she's gone, and there's a note that says that I'm with my boyfriend, if there's a note at all, and so I just do everything by myself now, and I just feel like she's never even there.
You value spending time with Jane in your relationship, or at least prior to this conflict.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole
Yeah.
reason I wanted to live here, because I wanted to live on campus, but Jane was the one who was like, we can do all these things together, and so I kind of feel like I got cornered, and then now I don't even get what I thought I was going to get, which is just time with my friend.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm choosing other people over Kate. Like, I just don't have that much time because I'm working 20 hours and I have 18 credits, and like, I obviously want to spend time with my boyfriend, and since it feels like he can't come over to the house, or Kate's going to attack him, or say that I'm too, like, infatuated with him, then it feels like I can only spend time with him away from the house, which means that, of course, she's not gonna see me. So if she was willing to, like, hang out with both of us, it would be one thing, but to say I never have time and then not be willing to compromise on that.
So, so you want to hang out with your boyfriend at the house and be able to feel valued, and have your boyfriend feel valued at your house.
Mhm.
Is that right? Is there anything that you want to respond?
I mean, he's welcome at the house. It's just that it's like all or nothing. Like, I can never get. It's like they're a package deal or like not, and he doesn't pay for the rent or like do anything. And so I feel like I should get some time with my friend, just hang out, and it shouldn't always be like, hey, like he's not a bad guy. It's not has nothing to do with him. It just is the fact that he's always there, and like this is also my space too, and I didn't really sign up to live with him, and so I feel like it's also my space, and so he should have permission to be in that space and to use our things and to use our joint things as well as my personal things. And then at the same time, like, there should be some times when he's not there. It shouldn't be like an all or nothing thing. I signed up to live with Jane, not Jane and Bay.
So you need some like alone time in your space, and then also you would like to just have some time just with Jane,
Mm-hmm.
to have that friendship. Is there anything that you all want to add, kind of moving forward as we figure out an agreement and solutions? The story. Okay. What do you all think would be some, like, let's brainstorm solutions to this issue. And so some of the values that I saw that came up were issues with communication, so really valuing that open, honest communication, and getting permission ahead of time of using each other's things, spending quality time with each other, and then also valuing the relationship, whether that be pulling your own weight in the household, or just spending time with each other, making that a priority. So that being said, let's kind of look through some of the solutions that we might be able to cook up together. Kind of how this works is that let's just start like brainstorming any sort of solution, and it could be really anything that you think up in your head, and I'll write them down, and we can sort out, which ones we want to keep and which ones we don't. So there's nothing too crazy. So.
Well, I mean, we could jointly start shopping for groceries together again, because she doesn't feel like I'm getting the groceries and I don't feel like she's getting the groceries, and then we would get at least a little bit of time together in her busy schedule.
Do you all share groceries right now?
I think we split it. We have a lot of shared supplies, like toilet
Okay.
paper and dish soap.
Okay. So getting shared supplies together.
Mm-hmm.
What other solutions?
I mean, I realize that Kate also has classes and studying that she does, so we could figure out, like, somehow spending time studying together, because that's a lot of my time goes to that.
Okay, so it sounds like both of you want to use like things that you already need to get done to spend with each other. Yeah.
Well, and maybe we could have like one night a week that we designate as like girls' night, where we just have time to spend with each other, and then another time of the week, like, her boyfriend can come over, so that like I know that he's there and I can like make my own arrangements so that if I can hang out with them if I want to, or I don't have to, but like I don't feel like he's encroaching on the space all the time.
So designate time when you all hang out together, and then time when the boyfriend is over.
Yeah.
What else?
Maybe make a calendar of when all the bills are due and who's paying them and whose name that they're in, so that we respect each other enough to pay for the bills for the other people.
Anything else?
I mean, just agreeing not to get passive aggressive. Like, if I forget things, just tell me that I forgot things. Don't leave me notes, because I would rather just talk this out.
What does that communication look like of not being passive aggressive? And
I mean, even like trying to call me if I'm not around is better than like leaving sticky notes around the house, or just like, you know, not taking the garbage out, or, you know, just being super avoidant of addressing what's actually going on. And same with like, if Kate has problems with my boyfriend, I would rather hear them than hear it as she's telling someone else over the phone.
Okay, so and being mindful of like not overhearing each other talk badly about each other, or saying that to begin with, and being more direct with that communication is what I'm hearing.
Well, and I feel like at the same time that you expressed that you didn't like the fact that I use your room while you were not here, and I don't like the fact that you overhear all of my phone calls, so maybe we can work something out where we have our own personal spaces. We just let each other do our own things and not listen in or use each other's things.
So what does that look like?
Well, our rooms are like in separate areas, and so maybe like just going to our rooms when we're doing things, or like giving a person space if they're on their phone, or asking permission to use things.
Okay. Maybe being more mindful of setting up those boundaries, respecting them, yeah. Anything else?
I think just establishing, like, I'd rather not have strangers use my room unless I'm contacted, or if Kate wants to use my room and they can sleep in her room, that's one thing, because I don't think she's gonna, like, steal anything or of mine. Like, I can at least trust her in that. Like,
Or maybe we should just buy a couch.
If that's a feasible option, we can totally, yeah, we can put that down. So it sounds like, so you want permission before Kate uses your room, or at least a stranger does. Can you talk about more about like what's permissible for Kate in terms of like using your room and your things? Is that like, should she get permission if she uses your bed, or?
I mean, I'm fine if she sleeps in my room. Like, obviously, if I come back, I will probably want to use my room, but it's true that often, like, I just get busy other places and then don't end up coming back. So if she needs to use my room, that's okay, but I don't feel comfortable coming back to find someone I don't know in my room.
Good. So being mindful of getting permission to use the room if it's a stranger, and then just being respectful of each other's space otherwise. Any other solutions that you all can think of?
No, I think that covers everything.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it. So kind of just to summarize of the solutions that you all thought up. So to jointly start shopping for shared supplies together. So maybe making a plan every single week to go to the grocery store and to do that together. So those are more shared in terms of expenses. And then also using that as well as studying as a time to spend with each other, since you all are both value your relationship and spending time with each other, and also you both are balancing a lot, sounds like. Also having time to hang out and time for your boyfriend to be around. And so scheduling maybe a girls' night or a night out or a time that your boyfriend can come over. And then also a calendar for bills and chores to get done. Having direct communication, which looks like not leaving notes and maybe having a phone call conversation and being mindful of each other's space when you are having conversations, that to leave space for each other and having those conversations. And then also being mindful of each other's space, so no strangers using each other's rooms, and then possibly buying a couch. Are there any solutions that you all want to remove, or are you all okay with all of these?
I'm not sure about the couch option, 'cause I just don't know about financially, because if she wants to split the cost of that, I don't know if I would be able to swing that or not.
Okay, so it might not be a feasible option for you financially.
I mean, I'll look into it and see if I can get one on my own, but if not, I'm okay with just using her room. I don't predict having too many drunk friends over in the future, so I don't think it's going to be that big a deal.
Okay. Let's put a pin in it if that's something that you can do, and then for the most part, just respecting each other's space and asking for permission for that. Well, anything else that you all would like to remove, or?
No, that's it.
Papers organized. Okay. Any other questions with the solutions? Anything to clarify? So let's talk about next steps, like moving onwards from here. So this is an agreement that's non-binding, but you both are just mutually agreeing to honor this together. But I'm curious about just like next steps, like what is it going to look like with you two living together, kind of proceeding onward?
Well, I think the next step would be to talk about when to do these joint things and kind of work out our schedules so that they match up together. And then maybe sort out the bills that are still overdue so that we can get both of that off of our backs. And then just work on day to day, trying to be kinder and more communicative.
Yeah, I'd agree that pulling out schedules and actually figuring out when we have time that overlaps, when we can actually go and get groceries or just spend time together.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you both are really busy, so being able to schedule that can be difficult, and it will help with you all sitting down with your schedules. Great. Any other questions or clarifying things? Thank you for sitting down and having this conversation with each other. It's not easy. I appreciate you all maintaining the values that we set in the very beginning of really owning how you feel, and also sitting in with it so we can all come to a solution. So if there's any issues that come up, feel free to contact me again. Again, I'm a neutral third-party person, so if there's any sort of roommate issue that arises, you can definitely have this sort of mediation again. I will give you a copy of the agreements that you all set forward, as well as this agreement that you all signed earlier. And yeah, thank you for having this conversation with me and each other.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Great. And we'll end it.